Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we are hearing from the lawyers representing Doug Harless's family in a new lawsuit. And we hear from one Rowan County woman whose brother was stationed at the Pentagon as a weather forecaster on 9/11.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. The time is now 5:31 and today's date is Friday, September 12th. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, we've been seeing sunny skies all week and it's feeling like perfect game day weather. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to this weekend, so I'm hoping the sunshine is here to stay.
I'm very thankful to say that it will. We're not going to see any break from the sunshine really throughout the next couple of days, so definitely exciting news. And as we're talking about temperatures, this morning's not even that bad. Mixture of those 50s and for some folks hitting that 60-degree mark, 60 in Jackson, 63 in Monticello this afternoon. Perfect temperatures, a little bit warmer than this time of year in the low to mid 80s, although take a look towards Irvin and Somerset, upper 80s is in the forecast for some folks. Now, as we talk about sunny skies, well, nothing to report. No clouds really for the region this morning. That'll be the trend throughout your Friday. Speaking of game days, here's a look at the game of the week. It's Pikeville Panthers and the Johnson Central Golden Eagles. At kickoff, we're still looking at those sunny skies and it'll stay clear throughout halftime and the end of game. Temperatures dropping about 10 degrees from the start to the end. Caroline.
All right, Megan, looks like some perfect weather for some Friday night lights. Police in Perry County are investigating a drive-by shooting. Deputies say they received a complaint about the incident around 4 a.m. yesterday in the 10 Mile Creek Road area. A deputy said a vehicle parked at a home had 4 bullet holes in it, indicating that it was likely a drive-by shooting. No injuries were reported. A grand jury in Pulaski County did not indict an Ohio man in a murder case. Anthony Emerson was charged with murder in early July. Police say he shot and killed his friend Thomas Dick during a 4th of July trip to Lake Cumberland. In dispatch audio we obtained, Emerson said Dick threatened him and he was scared for his life. Earlier this month, the grand jury did not indict Emerson and he was released. We're hearing from the lawyers representing Doug Harless's family in a new lawsuit. Harless was shot and killed in his home by a London police officer last December. His family is suing the City of London and the police department. The lawsuit claims Harless's civil rights were violated and police officers didn't follow proper procedures when they arrived at his home.
If you knock a door down at midnight on Christmas Eve, you're probably going to have somebody with a pistol inside. And that is why you have procedures to follow and you have prudence that you have to follow. Starting off with, hey, let's make sure we're at the right house.
The lawsuit also includes claims of wrongful death, assault, trespassing, and inflicting emotional damages. KSP is still investigating the shooting. 2 people were taken to jail after a drug raid in Martin County. Deputies arrested Clarence Shane Pauley and Judy Faye Pauley just after 2:30 a.m. yesterday on multiple drug charges. They say they were called to a home in Inez after receiving a complaint about illegal narcotics being sold there. Police say they found scales as well as money and other substances believed to be meth and carfentanil or fentanyl. The 2 were taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. In West Virginia, a man who dropped off his off-road vehicle for repairs got a surprise in the mail, a bill for a UTV he did not buy. State police arrested and charged Paul Massey, who owns Massey Power Sports, with fraud after an incident earlier this year in Raleigh County. Troopers say a man claimed he went to drop off his off-road vehicle to receive routine work. Troopers say the victim called the bank about the reported purchase, saying he never signed any paperwork. Investigators spoke with Massey, who admitted to forging the signature to make the purchase.
It's shocked because it's someone that you trust in the community. It's a business owner. It's a small business in comparison to some of the corporate places, and it's West Virginia owned. So it's concerning, and it was definitely shocking to me.
Massey's next court date has not been scheduled yet. Former London Mayor Randall Weddle is now suing the city. He filed the lawsuit yesterday morning. It claims his impeachment hearing had no legal grounds. The lawsuit says the city, quote, manufactured charges that at worst reflect ordinary policy disagreements. It asks that Friday's impeachment vote made by the council be set aside and that he remain mayor. On Friday, Mayor Tracy Handley was appointed to replace Weddle. The lawsuit also asked the court to prohibit Handley from performing duties as mayor. As of now, no court date has been set. The terrorist attacks of 9/11-2001 were remembered throughout the nation yesterday. For students at Big Sandy Community and Technical College, that comes with annual events on several different campuses. WYMT's Buddy Forbes gives us a look at how the day was commemorated on the Pikeville campus.
I remember the teacher rolling in the big old TV and we just sat and watched the news instead of doing work. And then I spent the rest of the day wondering if my father was okay because I couldn't remember if he worked at the Pentagon anymore.
A day to remember September 11th, 2001.
Just remembering what it was like. I think it helps them see the realness of it more.
Big Sandy Community and Technical College hosted its annual memorial event, asking where people were when the tragedy occurred.
We just wanted to see, talk to people where they were at, what they thought about that day, what they remember from that, and just bring back those thoughts, those memories, and how it made people feel.
And recognizing where the country is now, 24 years after the terrorist attacks.
I was teaching at a college when this happened, but yeah, we're to the point now where the students don't remember it, and so keeping those memories alive, showing them that, hey, this is where we were in America.
Offering a moment of silence for all that was lost, while celebrating the first responders who continue to stand and serve.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Just let people know, that people may try to attack again, something may happen again, but we have people who has our back.
Saying the importance of remembering cannot be overstated.
Well, it's one of those dates that's so etched in the fabric of American memory, and we want to make sure that each generation understands the sacrifices that were made.
Not just a day on the calendar, but the day everything changed. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The school also hosted events on its Prestonsburg and Mayo campuses. One Rowan County man was stationed at the Pentagon as a weather forecaster on 9/11. Petty Officer First Class Edward Earhart was not scheduled to work on September 11th, but went in to train a colleague. We spoke to Earhart's sister in 2021 about her brother. She says she remembers hearing about the attacks and calling her brother's desk number after a plane hit the western side of the Pentagon at 9:37 a.m. It was several days before the family was told Earhart had died at 26 years old.
So I had my brother's desk number, and I remember calling it, and it was just ringing busy, 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 busy. And then I called his cell number because he normally always had a cell with him. It was just ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Those who knew Earhart say he loved to serve and help others. Back in May, the charity Tunnels to Towers Foundation helped former Scott County Deputy Jamie Morales into a new home, mortgage-free. Morales was shot during a traffic stop, later paralyzed from the injury. One man on the board of Tunnels to Towers was at the ribbon cutting for Morales' home, but 24 years ago, Bradley Blakeman was on President George W. Bush's senior White House staff on 9/11. He recalls what happened on that day in 2001.
And I knew America was under attack. I went to the Situation Room thinking that they would have answered. The president was at my desk repeating those same words. We're going to find the people who did this, bring them to justice, and we're going to pray for your nephew.
Blakeman was in charge of 150 people. He assigned some of them to research how past presidents handled this type of tragedy to help President Bush address the country. Today, Blakeman is credited with creating the annual 9/11 traditional moment of silence at the White House. At the time, the first plane hit the tower. Troopers with the Kentucky State Police post in Pikeville paid a visit to some kids yesterday morning. Troopers stopped by Bevins Elementary School to discuss the significance and importance of remembering 9/11. Troopers thanked the staff at the school for allowing them to be there. The Kentucky Supreme Court will rule if charter schools can be funded by the state. Justices heard arguments on House Bill 9 yesterday. A Franklin Circuit judge ruled in 2023 the bill, which set up a funding plan for charter schools, violated the state constitution. Those against the bill say it would be a drain on the public school system, but others say it gives children and families more options.
For each student that leaves a common school and decides to attend a charter school, those SEEK dollars would not be given to that local school district.
The General Assembly approved of charter schools to, quote, and I'm quoting the law, close achievement gaps for low-performing groups of public school students.
Justices will make a decision on the matter at a later date. Kentucky's Artificial Intelligence Task Force met yesterday morning. State lawmakers heard testimony on a range of topics surrounding AI, including data centers and implementing AI at the University of Kentucky. Those who spoke say every student who walks onto campus will use artificial intelligence in some way and need to know the fundamentals of how to use it. Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Tamate, says he's teaching a course next month inspiring students to actively use AI.
And the idea is that we want to inspire students to be active users of artificial intelligence, not just designing models and things like that, but using it for their life, their workforce, the way that they learn.
Dr. Tay says he hopes artificial intelligence can be used across all topics, from healthcare to communications. Next Monday marks the beginning of Adult Education and Family Literacy Week. During yesterday's Team Kentucky update, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman shared some new data on how Kentuckians are furthering their education. She says numbers show that the Office of Adult Education had an increase of 19% in total enrollment in its services. Kentucky has also surpassed the national average in GED pass rates. If you've been out and about, you may have noticed some leaves are already changing color. Experts with UK's horticulture program say the cool morning helps activate and expose those colors, but the lack of rain recently could cause leaves to fall too early.
If we continue, it's going to help bring on the colors earlier, but unless we increase in rainfall and decrease the drought situation, we're not going to see as many good and vibrant colors as we could.
Spry says fall colors in our area usually peak in late October. If the temperatures are trending on the cooler side, the peak could be closer to the middle of October. Sydney Sweeney is set to step in the boxing ring in the biopic Christy. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And hot temperatures are on the way this weekend.